Good morning. Good morning, Frankie. How are you doing? Francine. Oh, oh, we're alone. Okay.
Do we have a meeting today, Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah. We have a meeting every day. Yeah, maybe people are just late.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess people are just late. I think it's normally about 8:55. Um, People jump in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Nobody else
Twyla.
is on yet?
No, I've been here since we waiting since 8:55.
Oh, Francine's
Oh,
on.
yeah, Francine's on. And then now you're on.
Okay, yeah.
Good morning.
Uh, Good morning. Oh, Mama Sandy's on.
Good morning. Yeah, people are jumping in now.
Out. I really liked the call last night with James. It was really inspiring.
Yes, yes, it was good. Yep. I'm very eager to learn.
I need to go do the relaunch like everybody else has been doing. Take the time to go do it.
Yep, they went to a
And
wonderful place there in Maui.
it
I've
was,
been there. Yeah, I've stayed there at that Westin.
that's pretty cool. I,
Mm-hmm. Cape,
when
Cape
I was
Yeah, I
Howard.
there,
think
I
there
was
was
on a
five
cruise.
people.
You were on a cruise?
Yeah,
Yeah, we went on a cruise.
I think there was five people talking last night.
Was that making it hard? Does that make it hard
Yeah,
for you?
yeah, because I forgot some people their name. I forgot who presented yesterday. Somebody that started with the V, and then
Veronica, I think it was, wasn't it?
yeah, and then there was an A.
From Bali. Doesn't she live in Bali? And then two of them were from Australia,
Yeah, Janine
and
was there.
Yes, yes, Australia. Right.
That was
Janine's
Janine.
actually in our downline,
Yes,
literally in
she
Yeah,
is.
mine.
such a big flight. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
She's Dana and Amelia brought them in.
Yeah, they came with us from Kiani.
Right.
Mm.
But they all had a good time. It sounds like really good time getting to talk to the owners. I mean, I've always known they're kind of hands
Yeah,
on, but they really said that they were hands
one
on.
one was from our team, and then the other's from Australia.
Yeah. And the other one, I think she's through, what's her name? I don't,
Annika?
Annika, I think she came through Annika, the other one. Vanessa. I'm not
Oh
positive there.
yeah,
Vanessa Frieden. I think her name is Vanessa Frieden.
Yeah. And she lives in Bali or
yes,
wherever.
right.
Sometimes she's in
That's right. I learned that
China.
word. Oh, yeah.
'Cause I think she was in the same company as Annika was in. Don't quote me
Mm.
there. Louis would probably know better than me.
Yeah, me too. He knows all of them.
Well, I think it's because he introduced them a lot of times, so he'll ask questions, so he's up to date on who they are. so he can introduce him into the call.
The
And
other
Louis
one I
just
did.
friendly.
Well, Louis is very open and being
Friendly.
with them. He wants, to be a part of out there.
I don't blame him.
He's not quiet.
No, but I think wasn't it uh, Vanessa or was it Annika that come and got him when she flew in, and he did he gave her a massage in Destin.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he gets to hear all kinds of stuff the rest of us don't. I mean, you talk to him usually. Well, at least my masseuse talks to me while I'm getting a massage. Paul usually falls asleep, which the masseuse says she likes, because then he doesn't tense up.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good morning.
morning. Congrats on your ticket again.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Morning.
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I think Louie's having a sleep in.
I woke up with a bad sore throat. Did an event last night. It was poorly done. There was hardly any people there, but it's all right. I still made some connections, But I woke up with listening to my froggy voice, kind of hurting a little bit. So,
Oh, gargle
yeah.
with some salt water.
Yep. No need salt water. Yep.
Yep, take your noni.
Be careful because and I'm trying to think
This is Jerry.
what I was reading.
I was reading about how the volley and the noni really helps with sore throats.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, the volley and the noni.
Yeah,
Good.
and
Okay.
Ollie has it's like a antihistamine type things in it.
Yeah, it has all that vitamin C. In fact, to tell you the truth, that's right. I just took two Vanellis right now. It's supposed to be before with a meal, but I just took two right now. That's right. See, I forgot. But you guys, it's only 6:15 over here.
Right, you're allowed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Were you guys on the call last night?
Yeah, when I sleep, I always want to make sure I take a drink of water when I first wake up because the house can get so dry when you sleep at night.
Yep,
Right.
I have one next to my bed.
Yeah, I do too. I, isn't that funny? And years ago, we never did that. We never took water with us everywhere we went. It's so funny. We were talking about that the other day. You know?
Well, Paul's dad said you bet one day people will pay for water, and everybody's laughed at him. And
Yeah.
Paul's dad was born in 1916,
Okay.
and so what do? We pay for water.
We pay for water.
My daughter is in the Dominican and, they pay for
Bottled
the
water,
water because the water is terrible there.
unless you've been raised on it. Kind of like when you're in Mexico.
hmm
And
I
even there, you
actually,
got to be careful when they make like their fruit punch stuff. Oh, yeah, that's not a good thing.
I
Found out
got a
the hard
Pepsi
way.
in Mexico and it was like syrup.
Mm.
It was like syrup. Like, it's horrible.
Paul said the stuff he had in England is not like what you get in the States. It didn't taste the same.
Mm-mm.
That's because it isn't. They don't use any artificial, they don't use a
Exactly.
lot of bad stuff.
Exactly. Actually, the Cokes from Mexico are made with pure cane sugar, and not that they're better for you, but they're
But at least
better.
they are
They're
natural.
natural. They're natural. They're better. And you
Yeah, I
pay
know. It
more
was
for
like,
'em. My brother bought some the other day. He bought 6 of them. We're having a Mexican dinner here, and he said he felt like having a natural Coke. And yeah, they taste like a real Coke, like they're supposed to taste. I guess it was better, but all that
Well,
sugar
Paul
we
said
don't
it just,
need.
everybody from the States were a whole bunch of people that we knew. And all of them are going, this doesn't taste right. And Paul says, well, read the can.
Yeah.
And he goes, it doesn't say what's on a can of ours.
Yep.
And they're going, oh.
Yeah. And it's
This is
always good. It's always better if you drink out of the
this is
glass bottle.
Jerry. In Mexico at the restaurants, do they give you water at the restaurants? Like, the
Uh,
free
You ask,
waters?
no,
we
you ask
asked
for
for
bottled water.
bottled water.
Yes,
Always.
always. In Spain, Spain as well. And you ask for bottled water.
Yeah, even in Africa, we asked for bottled water everywhere we
Yeah.
went. Even at the lodge, we had bottled water. We would
Okay.
Oh,
put bottled water in the hot
I'm
water to have hot chocolate
learning
or
something
coffee.
new. I'm learning something new.
Yeah, always in other countries you should have asked for bottled water. And even
It's
here.
just better. If not, you put in tablets. Paul has, we also have a machine that you can stick in the water and it can be muddy and you can drink it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that machine. Don't have one, but yeah.
Well, it just actually just kills all the bacteria. You just stick it in
Oh,
and whatever light it
and
does.
can you
It's a,
filter the water out as well? Maybe put it
not
through,
with
run.
that, but you can take and bring a cup like they have the ones that you can get from PartnerCo that have the filter on it. You can put that on. That'll help. But, and always when you fly out of country, take your probiotics and your Restorix, because if you do get Montezuma's, these two things will help you.
Ah.
So when we fly anymore, I take this with me. I forgot to take it to the Dominican Republic and we both came down sick.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. Our
And
water our water
And
things
what
really
were
help.
those bottles again? Can I see those again?
it's the I'll take me off of the blurred and go to backgrounds, go to, wow, they've changed the background thing. Original.
This is going to be really stupid, okay? But what continent is Morocco in? Is that Africa?
Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There
That's what
you
I told
go.
somebody.
There's the probiotic and the Vanali, or and the Restorix. Let me see. I
Right.
gotta get there. Restorix.
Restorix. Got it.
It's got the charcoal in it, and it's
And
made
what was
for
the
that.
other one? What was the other one?
The probiotic. Probiotics. IX.
Got it.
And this bottle is made so that your pills won't get hot. It stays at the same temperature, which is pretty cool because probiotics will die if you put the wrong stuff behind them.
Really?
Yeah, probiotics have to be kept at a cool temperature or they die because it's a natural bacteria, and if you overheat them, then it kills them. And that was what we were told in one
Interesting.
of the classes, that that bottle. I keep those bottles for extra things to do, put any pills in, because if it keeps things at temperature, none of your pills will go nasty.
Hmm.
So I grab them and throw extra pills and leave them in my car where it's hot. Like any gel caps or I'm gathering all my pills to take with me. So I'm over here shaking out pills. I feel like I'm a drugstore. Instead of being like my parents that they've got 1,400 pills for their age that they take, mine are all natural. All for your health. Because my parents, yeah, they have a huge tub that my sister would go through and then put them in their cases. Oh, there's Louie. Louie's here. Yay! Louie, Louie.
Good morning, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
Miss Shelley, I can see. I just finally walked back over.
Good
I was
morning.
Whatever.
talking to you earlier about our filtration cups that we've got.
Yeah,
They do lots.
yeah. And you can get extra filters. So if you're going out of the country and you want to even stick the water in it on top of that, you can do that.
Yeah.
And you can buy the new filters to bring with you. I have one of them in the office.
I don't know how that background got in there.
I just grabbed one. Let me go look. That's my front yard. Let's see, where is my
Nice.
tub?
There are little snowflakes outside.
You do? I don't. No,
Just
no. So I had frost the other morning, but no snowflakes.
Just little ones.
Where is my cup? Those are not. I didn't throw them away. It might be in that box back there. I'm not gonna go dig it out. I was looking for it. I'll dig it out tonight. Because when we bought that one kit, they came with it.
The interpreter's screen kind of keeps going away.
Oh, I didn't get on, Louis.
No, that's okay. Audrey, do me a favor, turn your video off for a second. There you go.
Okay, got it.
You guys can't both have them on at the same time sometimes. Problem solved.
Okay, so everybody sent out these messages that there was no corporate call last night. But then
And
in
then we got
our,
the message in.
There
yeah,
was.
Then there
Then there
was,
was.
and
Yeah.
I was on James' call because then I had that event. So, there goes my voice.
me too.
That's all right. I thought James's was good. It had a lot of, got to listen to what the guys got to do down there.
Yeah. What was Shelley? Did you listen to the corporate call?
No, I was on
Oh,
James's call.
okay.
They will, after they go through making
Repost.
everything they'll repost it in their chat group on on YouTube, isn't it?
Facebook.
Facebook. Even the one for,
Facebook, PartnerCo Nation.
oh, they'll do the corporate one on there too. I thought the
On there.
corporate had its
Probably.
own page.
Well, they might.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
usually,
remember they posted last week that there was no meeting on Monday.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was puzzled when the interpreter showed up at the last minute for it.
It was out there that there was going to be the evening call.
Well, for James's there was. I wasn't sure about corporate. And then I saw it.
It didn't come till the afternoon.
Yeah, and if
Yeah,
you weren't
it was
paying
a
attention
late
to it.
notification.
Hmm.
The work.
Well, good morning, everybody. Seems like everybody's mildly awake.
Good
I hear
morning.
him.
My computer chose this
Marvelous.
morning to do a restart of some sort. So I apologize for my lateness. Hopefully everyone had a very fun and exciting May the 4th.
Liked all the fourth be with yous.
Yeah,
A lot of them.
last night's event, you could go dressed for Cinco de Mayo or, Star Wars. And most everyone did Cinco de Mayo, but there was one Star Wars guy scared the heck out of me. He had his hoodie on and the sword, and I go, oh my gosh, scared me. He walked right by
Oh,
me.
he went as one of the Jedi or one of the Sith,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. I need one of those outfits. I don't have one of those. I'm going
Good
for Cinco de
Jane.
Mayo today. I'm still trying to decide
Think.
which hat to wear.
And then let me see if I can send a picture with you guys. Somebody dressed up really cool. In fact, hopefully she'll. Um, I had a you could offer door prices, and I forgot to take my little sample nonis and stuff, so I just offered the drops at 50% off.
Oh,
And so
cool.
yeah, and so the gal that won it lives near me. I got a call her this morning. We're in Connect, but she dressed up really. I'm gonna send it to Louie, and then Louie can send it to you guys. I'm with her and her dad. They dressed up like you guys watch that oh Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos they call it. You know how they dress up for that in Mexico?
Mhm.
Well, that's how they
I did
dress.
it. Did it.
Oh
Oh,
no, that's the
cool.
wrong person. I put the wrong. Yeah, they really.
You sent
She
it to the wrong Louis.
makes.
That's awesome.
Okay, there. Okay, Louis, I send you the picture of them and me. See if maybe you can
Garrett.
send that to the group. Hopefully, Technical Tuesday today at 5 p.m. Okay. Oh my gosh, darn it! Don't want to come down with a cold. I'm not gonna do it. What?
Take take about 3 MOA and 3 noni today.
Okay, I will. Having my coffee right now, but it won't go good. But I will. Yeah. Well, you know what? We had the vendor booths were outside under a patio, but it was cold. Oh my goodness,
For you.
it was cold. Temecula gets cold. It was beautiful wine country. Temecula is like the second Napa, of California. Oh, there it is. He put it in the group. See that picture, guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's nice. That's cute. Ooh.
yeah, she really does a good job. She actually makes her business is costumes and stuff, and that's her dad. And see that headdress she's wearing? She
Mm-hmm.
makes those. So I guess there must be a market for things like that. Maybe in the Latin community. Even though I'm, Mexican,
Always
Spanish, I'm not really. We weren't raised with all that Day of the Dead, and then all that. We weren't raised with all that. But I guess there's a big market for all that kind of stuff because that headdress was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's where I
so
was last night. So I dressed Mexican, I put my sombrero on. That's it.
Yeah,
That
I saw
sombrero is
several
beautiful.
people with your hat on, Adela.
Oh, I had a Cinco de Mayo party and I had three different network people there from three different networks that I go to. And so it was fun. The food was delicious. It really
Looked like
was.
it was.
When you potluck it, man,
Yeah.
you can get some good homemade stuff.
Yes, you can.
I was hoping to
Like,
have a new brand partner show up. Well, not a potential brand partner, but she didn't show up. I'm gonna go get her. How in the world do we find business partners, guys? I'm just come
I
on.
know. I know.
somebody asked the question yesterday. Good morning, Miss Yvette. Glad to see you. Somebody asked a question yesterday, one of the groups. How do I get more people on more friends on my Facebook page? And somebody replied back, well, you go and you friend 2 to 3, no, 2 to 5 new people every day. And she replied back, I do, but they don't follow me back. And I didn't see any more of the conversation after that. There was more. But my immediate response mentally to her when she said they don't follow me back is, well, you're not being interesting enough to them or interested enough in them for them to want to follow you back.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
saying.
don't know,
Wasn't,
Louis.
didn't they
Well,
They
say you have to talk to them or and bring up stuff that
well, you
like
know, I
they
have.
like?
I mean, I get sometimes 60 to 100, almost 100 the other day, likes on my stories that I do, right? I go,
Mm-hmm.
wow, it's
Hmm.
almost 100. But they're the same people,
mine too, Adele.
I'd have to say, 40 to 50 are relatives, and so it's not really. And then you guys, somebody, I don't even want to say what I saw, but somebody sent me a text, and I started to open it, and it was really nasty, and I closed it real quick, and I go, oh my God, now. So I'm kind of afraid to contact people, you know, I don't know, or you know what I'm saying? But the ones I know, they know what I do, and they're not biting, you know?
Well, that's me. Mine, they follow me when I'm personal, when my picture, family pic, but
Right.
business, like I'm looking at it right now. I last night when I put business stuff, mm-mm, no.
Um,
But
well,
for me, on a personal note, yeah.
you
But when
know,
I
Louis,
products and
I, when I
mm-mm.
when I was in my heyday, my Princess House heyday, I sound like an old lady when I say that, but anyway, I am. Anyway, I won trips in Princess House every year. Okay, they'd take us to Paris, France, Spain, whatever. But they made the trips available for everybody. I wish PartnerCo would do lesser expensive trips where our little brand partners can win it. And then once they get a taste of a trip, you know, they'll work for more. But when you not that I mean, I'm having a rough time becoming an officer. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish there was I mean if they ran little trips like, weekend trips to Catalina or whatever, get people used to being with the groups. I think it'd be better, but who am I?
I think I'm learning that too, Adela. But I guess it is what it is because
Yeah.
you know, the the Bali trip and all those big trips and even with our points, they want thousands of
300,000 lifestyle points, I think it is from
yeah.
Morocco. And I want to win that really bad. I mean, I want Morocco because I remember going to Tangiers, Africa. I remember going to Spain 3 times. I remember all those. But holy cow, how do we find the business builders? And I don't want to complain. I hope I'm not sounding like I'm complaining, but
No,
I would do the do. I'm doing the do. I mean, you guys see me out there. I'm doing it. I'm feeling bad. I'm not going to talk anymore because this is not good positive thinking.
yeah, I
Well,
know.
in the Millionaire Mastermind, they're going to be doing lots of stuff with respect to social media that should help us.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I
Well,
love this company.
now
I love this company. Absolutely love this company because, you know, turning 79 and feeling as good as I did. I mean, 2 years ago, I was with a walker and cane.
Yeah.
So I mean, how I would, and then I see, I guess what made me upset is one of my gals that was with us in PartnerCo, she won her little cruise with Mal Luca, and it just like, really? But it's like what we have, I'm not giving it up because I'm giving up my youth again if I give this up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the
This
same
is
scenario. I was talking to one of my matter of fact, the person that brought me into the other business. Well, you guys know Teresa, and
Yeah.
this product is so in terms of our health and
yeah.
what you're saying, Adela, is so true. But a lot of these. the leaders that are coming in here, these other companies that they've been big people in the other companies, and they're bringing their teams with them and they're excelling. Yeah, that can be somewhat challenging for us. Um, Somewhat challenging, but I'll always, I guess, in the sense of, I look at now the way things are, and I've got these team people, and they don't seem to follow up in terms of the business, recognizing that this business is for them, and a lot of them in the sense of they're not even uh, in the sense of their product and what they have before them. I understand our products are expensive, guys. They're expensive, but it's worth it to
Yes, it
us in
is.
terms of our health.
One
You
of
know,
my gal that owns the health store, she's when she gave her little talk, she says these are expensive, but I gotta tell you, anything expensive is
it's worth it.
more valuable. She says I'm in I go through all kinds of companies trying to get stuff in my store, and these are great products. So I guess it's like going nugget gold prospecting. You just got to keep going until you find that gold nugget.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
don't worry, don't get worried, and just keep getting going. So I'll be more positive right now. Sorry. I guess I'm just being real.
Not
I guess I was very envious that I was not on that Hawaii trip.
if you want to go back, and even though Cindy and Lindsay are not in here, they did a really good how to get people in and what to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
They put on Facebook, and it's still there because
I
the
think
train on those trainings
yeah,
on
yeah,
how to do things. I mean,
yeah,
it was like, and to me, that's just a good footnote to go look at,
that's
even though they're
true.
not here. But at least they run you through exactly what you need to do and why you need to do it. That's the biggest thing. Why? Like right now, I'm trying to get people, and I don't know how to do it. How do you just friend somebody instead of be friends, not have them on your page, but yet you're friends with them
Well, I have
Followers,
that going, Twyla.
and
I
follow.
have,
But
followers.
yeah, but I can't get her off. If the only thing I can do for the one person is to unfollow her, and I don't want to unfollow her, but how do I say? I keep looking in there. There's no place to go back and say, just follow.
Yes, there is.
There
Sometimes,
is.
well, most times. So if she's currently listed as both a friend, well, as a friend, then she's a friend and a follower. You can unfriend her, send a message to let her know that you're going to unfriend her, but explain why you're unfriending her because you
Make
need the space.
space.
Um,
Why
and
do you want
people
an offender?
sometimes,
Because you lose space for everybody who's a friend. You're only allowed 5,000 people on your page. And then after
Oh,
that, you're not allowed
5,000
anymore.
friends.
well, I don't
And
have that.
so
I don't
you
need
can
to do that.
follow as many as you want,
oh, but
but you
you can't
can't.
have that many friends.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, got it.
And the people that are in our business, you don't want as friends. You want them as you're following them because
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
As you run out of space for friends, and you're trying to add in new friends, you do need to kick people.
got it.
So, and it's easiest to kick us because we're like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead, kick me, it's fine. And we still remain followers because we're still going to keep be able to see all the stuff that you do. So we can go in and unfriend people, or we can ask them if they want to unfriend us. Your choice, I don't care. But if you're close enough to them, hey, could you unfriend me for a second? Just follow me. Might be a way to do it. But yeah, there is a way. So instead of clicking on the friend thing, somewhere on their page, when you're looking at their profile, you can find the three dots on the right hand side of the screen. At least they
oh,
are on
it's
my
on
phone.
their page. You don't do it on yours. You have to go to theirs. That's what I
No, it's
kept
on
seeing.
theirs.
Nothing kept. Okay, I'll go do that because
Yeah,
I got some people that I
there's
would
three
like
dots on there.
to follow, but not friend.
Correct.
Well, I'm trying to tell you what really has hurt me. I was my daughter was really looking really good, and I mean she's into health and wellness, and she's looking, and I kept saying, Nikki, how have you lost my child has turned to the shots, and they're working. She said, I
Yeah, but
guess
what
until
they do
she's,
to you.
Is
well,
is
I
she
know,
diabetic?
I
Mama
know,
Sandy? Mama
huh?
Sandy? Is she diabetic?
She said she was borderline, so now, that's gone away.
The only reason I
Um,
ever accept somebody actually taking the shots is if they're medically diagnosed as diabetic. Because yeah, fine, let medicine do its thing. But if they're doing it just for weight loss, tell them to cut it out. Um,
no,
I have
but
a
if she's doing it
friend's
she
because
was
she's
daughter.
pre-diabetic,
borderline.
that's fine.
She was headed that way because I mean it's hereditary on her other side. Um, you know,
Yeah, I will.
and
I will. I will
she's
accept
lost it. She really
the
looks good.
medical diagnosis
I had a friend's
of diabetes.
daughter. I have a friend's daughter that did the shots, and she's all, "This is great. This is great." Blah blah blah. Here, 6 months ago, she ended up in the hospital, and it was due to the shots, and she about died.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because all the movie stars are on it, and I don't hear of any of them. They're not
Yeah,
complaining
but
because I mean
they
the
have
side
they
effects.
have
We
doctors.
know
They
the
have
side
doctors
effects.
on there. You mean they got doctors in their back pocket? They can be, somebody checking, doing a lot more than Joe Blow. I
Yeah, they
mean,
are because I know Oprah, Gail. I know because Oprah, if they gain a couple of pounds or whatever, they know what to do. They've got the doctors. They can afford all of that.
they got a person doing all their meals and everything else too.
Yeah,
But not,
but
I'm
even
taking,
even
this
but
is just a
even
regular person she took the shots and she took them for almost 2 years and she ended up in the ER not doing, and she's still not good.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I mean, they're
I,
so dangerous. I'd be afraid. I just
I mean, I like the idea of losing weight, but I wouldn't do it to the detriment of what it says it'll do to you. I mean,
mm-mm.
the side effects. I mean, you ever sit there and watch when they have a commercial on about a new product that comes out?
Oh,
And
most
you
definitely.
can,
I've
I'm
done
gonna
that
you
for
know,
years.
you
screenshot
could
that.
possibly, you can
Yeah.
possibly die. I'm like, why would you want to take something you could possibly die from?
Yeah. Next time, you know what we should do is next time the commercials come on for Reach Over You, because one of my networking buddies, in fact, he was here at my Mexican dinner. He's on Joby or whatever it's called. Next time, I'm going to take a screenshot of you
Side
know,
effects.
Side
the
effects.
side effects, and then just say, now this is not for me. This is what's actually on TV, you guys. So
Then
natural
just,
or unnatural,
you can
you
also
know?
ask Chat GPT, what are the side effects from whatever
Oh,
thing it
hello.
is.
That's so smart. Yes.
Well, I've
Yeah.
It's
done
a
that,
it's
and
it's actually an assignment that I give my students in my pathology class. I make them go find a commercial, like some commercial somewhere about a drug that's online or that's being offered, and I make them find out a few things. Thing number one, what is the drug supposed to be used for? Like, it's what's the drug actually being prescribed for? Thing number
Uh-huh.
two, what are any kind of like um contraindications, like don't take this if you are allergic, don't take this if you are currently pregnant, don't take this if you are someone who is currently on MAOI inhibitors or
Inhibitor.
whatever the contraindication. Like if there's a contraindication to it that says don't take it, then fine, that's thing number two. And then thing number three, which is my favorite part, please write down the entire list of all the side effects.
well, I'm
That'll
trying to
And
scare you.
tell you.
that's where they sit there and look at me and go, "Oh my God, I didn't realize that this thing which is being prescribed for this also had a side effect that is the same thing it's being prescribed for."
Louis, can you
Yep.
put
Well,
those three things, those three questions that you teach, can you put that in your effects, our group? And so we can
sure.
copy that. Thank you.
Well, I'm
Sure.
trying to tell you, people
So I can remember.
people don't care. What they
They want
don't
the
care,
they
and they
want the
seem to
quick
They
fix.
want the quick fix.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. But if
and
we have,
and
if if we have the
And there's
ammunition, we have the combat. Maybe maybe one out of five will listen to us.
and most of mine, they believe the doctor. The
Oh
doctor,
yeah.
I mean, they
Yep.
are in love with their doctors and they feel that the doctor is educated. But do you understand? They're not. Not
But
with
You'd be better.
medications.
You'd be better talk to your pharmacist is the better place.
I
that's
tell them
true.
that. I'm trying to tell you guys, Mama Sandy knows all this, what you're saying, Twyla.
I know, but I
I've
have
known
friends
this
that are
for
pharmacists. I
years
would
that,
take a
you know,
pharmacist before I take a doctor's.
well, that's what I'm telling you. I tell people this all the time. The doctor is not educated in
No,
drugs. Talk to your pharmacist.
they're also paid
But
to
they
push
still don't
drugs.
care, Twyla. They
I know
don't.
they
But
have
They
people
don't
come
that's
in.
why we have to just keep talking to people because
until we
sooner, like
find
the like
the right
yeah,
people.
like
The
last
right
night.
people.
Like last night, the gal that the picture of the gal I just sent you, her name was Rebecca Salazar. In fact, she has my main name was Salazar. Anyway, she had to leave, but she says yes. Yeah, I live right by you. She says let's get together tomorrow, and I'm gonna get her the drops. But she says I'm really interested in this kind of stuff. So sooner, I mean, one out of every 10 people are gonna say I'm really interested in this kind of stuff. But the thing is, we got to get out there and we got to keep plugging away either in Facebook or whatever and not give up. We just on last night they had speakers because it was a kind of a networking type thing and they had special speakers and oh, what was the notes that I can't remember, but oh, one was don't run away from what you really want, keep moving forward. We need to have a heart of service, which we teach here, and an opportunity. Let me see. Oh, you are your only obstacle.
Correct.
Okay, and the have
Most
faith.
people are.
So we just got to keep going and plugging away because sooner or later, Sandy, there's going to be somebody that's going to say, "I want that."
I know, Adela, because me of all people, I'm aware of that. But
Yeah.
to be 79 and being really the best one, because I've been successful just like you with other companies, and this
Uh-huh.
is the best. This is the best, but I don't know. Maybe, I played out my game. I don't know, but I'll never give up. I'll never
Right.
get up. But
Exactly.
it's really something though to see the harm that these drugs are
I
to
do.
people. And as you said, we didn't back in the day, we didn't even have commercials on TV to tell you the detriment and all these things that they cause, the side effects, and yet people are still stuck on this, I guess this perhaps as you guys say, quick fix, but it's camouflaging everything else that's going on. You're taking these medications and they're camouflaging the real things that are happening to your body in the background. This gabapentin that they give folks with this neuropathy is just it's horrible. Do you recognize that, this is still going on in your system? They're going to start to take your toes, your foot, your leg, and you're going to die. You're going to die. The same, but yet they still take this stuff. And now I think, I mean, it could be because, yeah, we're talking about money in which you have to understand what's important to you in terms of your life, the quality of your life, you know
Right.
because everything else, they've got, sure, I got Medicare, I'm on Medicare, or I have insurance that's paying for these other things, and that seems to be what's weighing out with the people that I'm dealing with now. And I just, in terms of social media, like I'm telling you, I have people that are
You
just
know, you
interested
can
in
get
me
they.
as an individual and not what I have to offer them right now. So,
You know, if they can get their doctor to subscribe it, it's under Medicare then?
Get their doctor to subscribe what
Yeah, like a
a
doctor can
supplement?
prescribe a supplement. They can also subscribe you to go to like a exercise place. They just don't do it, but it is legal.
Yeah, but the doctor isn't. The doctor's not interested in, because my doctor, I mean, he knows you're going to prescribe and he knows, are you, I'm
Well,
not
it's because
taking it.
he's not get he. That's because he doesn't get a kickback because the pharmaceutical
Oh,
people
I
come
know
in
that.
and they pay him to
I know
push
that.
drugs.
I know that. My husband was a pharmaceutical salesman. I'm
Oh,
very,
wow.
yeah. So, yep. It's just, well, we just keep doing what you're doing, and and this isn't PartnerCo in itself is 3 years old. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm just
We're
gonna
gonna
keep
get
doing
there.
what I'm doing.
You guys, I don't remember her name, but I know you guys have been in business. You've heard the story where the gal went to swim the English Channel and she gave up just 1 mile away because the fog came in and she couldn't go any further. And she was just 1 mile away. And then she went back and she did it and and she went. So we just have to keep going and not give up. And the
Right,
other thing, like James says, it's in the decision making. You made a decision. I've made a decision. This is going to be it. The other thing is, who was it that burned his ships? Cortez or somebody?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it,
Burn
yeah.
your ships. We're doing this. We're in here for the haul. So, and thank goodness we have each other to bounce things off of, good and bad. And let's just don't give up and just
And, we can be
wait.
influencers because we do have several products in the physician's desk book or whatever it's called. And
Positions desk reference.
yes, you can tell people there are people that would like to take it and can't afford it. So tell them to ask their doctor to prescribe it. It is in there. And we'll get
Uh-huh.
more doctors prescribing and we'll get more doctors who are
Mm.
understanding what's happening.
He's
And
telling that, yeah, but if they're telling you to take a vitamin, just say, these are the vitamins I want to take, but I have to have a prescription for them.
yeah, and then they'll be covered for me. So can you please do that? I know. And then they can be telling people about some of the positive effects people are having from these over other stuff. So we can be those people.
How do we find out what products are in there? Do we know?
Uh, I actually saw a picture of it. I'll
Really?
see, I'll see if I can find it and put it in our chat thing in our
Okay.
group.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Cause that'd be awesome yeah.
I
Or
might,
text James or Pam Middleton, and they probably both have something on it.
yeah, or Tammy. Tammy has a
Or
lot of
Tammy.
good stuff. Uh, and I might have saved it somewhere. So I'll look today.
Thank you. Thank you, Louis, for that. I see that.
PDR.net,
What?
ladies and gentlemen. PDR.net.
PDR.net.
Physicians desk reference. You ever want to go find it and see if it's in there, just type the name inside their little
Oh, okay.
thing.
Thank
Find
you.
your
So,
product.
which one do you think is in there?
I think Noni is, isn't it?
Noni, and I think Moa is. There's about 5.
Not the drops though.
I don't think the drops are in there, but I'm not positive.
I mean, it is, my son, I've told you guys, my son, in terms of me, he makes the jokes that I can sell myself, and I'm so worried about his health. I'm so worried about his health, how he works, and the and he to mom, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
take it. I don't take pills. I don't take this. I said, even the liquid, back in the day, there was a gentleman that was one of his clients. He used to buy cases of the bottles of noni. I wouldn't take the noni back then because I was involved with my other health and wellness company, which was working very well for me. I didn't know anything about noni, but my boy, and now will he take a packet? No. I mean, it's crazy. I don't understand the
You know
mentality.
what?
I know.
I
If you
don't
could get them to
understand.
drink it, you should just make it in a drink and give it to them because it's yummy.
I
And
have
you
I
could,
have Twyla.
That's
Everything that you do you hear me,
so
Twyla?
good.
Everything that you are saying, I have done. Everything you know, he had a bout with constipation a few weeks ago, about a month ago. I mean, I thought he was going to have to be hospitalized. Told him what to do. His wife, who works in a hospital, so he finally got relieved. So now we've got core cleanse. I took him. I mean, I can't give it to him free. You don't have to buy it. Oh no, mom. Mm-mm. No. So I'm. It is what I just
I
say.
mean,
It
I
it
got
it,
kids
it
the
it
same
is
way.
what it is. It is what it is. At some point, I guess, I say I'm done, but I'll still take things over there. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna. I don't have time. I don't. Every little excuse in the world that you know. I'm not gonna remember. But yet he could look at my mom. I'm not gonna be able to get my insurance money because she supplements. She gonna be here longer than me. Okay, okay.
Oh,
They won't take it till they're to the point where it's really bad.
Well, it's been
you-
bad. It's
Yeah,
been bad.
but I don't know. That's just they are that way. My parents, my dad. I mean, he said he's only got one kidney, I think it is,
Hmm.
and he said he was starting to have problems with it again. So I took him some Moa and Noni and told him take this. He goes, oh, okay. So I'll clean him up again, and then he'll quit.
And and my thing, I'm always talking in terms of people. Would you rather be proactive and not get sick versus reactive, and then you got to try to save your life and you got to try to do proactive? Do you understand what that means? But they don't care. They don't
They
care.
think that they would rather go out and have that extra, I don't know, coffee, ice cream, whatever, instead of a pie or out to dinner and have, you know, stuff than to pay
Yeah,
the same amount for a drink that will save you or help you.
I know. I'm not the best with that either, Twyla, but I don't overdo. I really, truly don't overdo. And sugar, I've recognized sugar is monstrous, and I can tell when I put sugar in my body. I mean, I'm just run down, broke down, whatever you want to say, because I know these bad things and I watch how they affect me to know what is not good for me.
Wasn't the lady from Bali saying that because she was at
Vanessa.
Maui,
She's
Vanessa,
sugar. She
she
saw how
said
they
she
said,
over sugar really messed with her because she doesn't normally have that much, but she did there. And
I'm
she
the
says,
same way. I know when my body has gotten too much sugar. I
Well,
know.
I think one of the things that we also need to do is know where we can have influence and where we can't. And just continue to share the information and not
Oh
get
yeah.
frustrated by that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go. It's 7 o'clock, and I gotta get ready to go to another networking this morning, and hopefully, I'll make some connections there.
you
You
keep
will.
plugging
Right.
at it. You keep plugging
You
at it. You
will.
get one or
You're
two every
doing.
time, or
I will,
one, and then
yeah.
you just
Once a month at least, yeah. Well, I got me a good brand partner out of this one, so she's
yeah.
the one that has the store.
That's
So
good.
I got to get ready for it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this morning, and just let's not give up. God bless.
All
You too.
right,
Have a good
y'all.
day.
Have
Take
a
good
You
good
too,
life.
day.
guys. You too. Bye bye.
For all of you who are still looking, I just put into our Telegram chat uh, what the physician's desk reference says about Tahitian noni, in
Okay.
case you ever
Okay.
wanted to
All
know.
right. Okay.
So
PDR.net.
that's there. And you can go hunt. You can go hunt down um,
Oh,
whatever else
the
you think is in there.
And then
But yeah, physician's reference.
I think it was Dr. Strand in one time he was talking about, because I didn't recognize myself in all these years, RDA versus, he talked about optimals, recognizing, because we knew, I've always known in the sense, hey, you don't want this stuff out of these drugstores, even some of these health food stores, and the first thing people want to pull on you is it with the FDA and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's nonsense for me because I know how dishonest the system is. You're probably not getting what you think you're paying for. But then when he talked about, what was it, regular daily allowance, I didn't understand that even what they consider and what they're legalized to say in terms of regular daily allowance, your body is really needing a lot more.
hmm
And then when he talked about ours and being the optimal amount, oh Lord, here, tell him I'll call him back. Um, then the optimals are what our body truly needs, in the sense of the amount of a particular supplement. And this is what we're getting when we have PartnerCo products. But
All
even
right.
at the same time of that, what I hear in terms of Anali, I've always had grapeseed extract. I've explained to you guys, my family and what I would be prone to get in life. So I always knew the power of grapeseed extract, resveratrol, and all of that in my system. But now with Finale, yeah, it calls for two. Well, I've increased to six because I heard the woman, what's her name, from Pennsylvania, Miss Pennsylvania. Um, what did it? I mean, it actually grew her kidney back. The doctors were amazed because she, had was it kidney disease?
I
Uh,
think
the
it was
man, the,
both.
the man who had asthma, using the breathalyzer and all of these things, what he had going on, the medications, and with the increase of Venali, he no longer takes any of those medications.
That's
You know,
Chris
he,
Doyle.
Chris Doyle.
Yeah.
So
And then just in our own group, there's she did a one group call. Uh, she's like at a she got the really long hair, Paula.
Oh, yeah, Paula.
oh, yeah,
All the
Paula.
pills she got
Paula,
off and her son got off
Yeah, because Paula's
from
right here in Missouri. She's kind
yeah.
of close to me. Yeah, but
All the stuff she got out of because I mean she was taking I don't know 12 pills or 14 different pills. She's not on any of the asthma stuff anymore. She's not on this. She's not on that. And Dr. Strand, while we were in Destin, I don't know if it was this year or last year, told people that I have friends that have MS really bad. He said to have them take Benali and Limu, and it would do lots for them.
Okay.
yeah, I just ran out of Limu the other day. I gotta order some
I can
Limu
tell you
because
what, Paul, when we first got in Kayani, um, he, well, we weren't even in it. We had bought bottles of Kyani one time, and Paul literally chugged a whole bottle the first day he got it. That's how bad he needed it. And he did that we bought like 2 cases of it. And he'd almost do that for the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. He just about drank a whole one every day. And I'm like, you need to quit that. But his body craved it. He says, I'm craved this. And he says,
Well, the thing,
and once he got to where he didn't need it, I mean, literally, he finally got down to where he was just taking it by a shot, like it said to take. But for the first, I don't know, 6 weeks, he
well, I
went
do
from
that too, Twyla. For people
he
with serious, for people with serious things going on, and I had that testimonial in with Kiani, and I was telling you, I told the lady saturate his system. And that's what you're saying, Paul. Saturate your system when you've got something serious going on. Don't take what is the daily amount. And that's what I'm saying in terms of even Vanali here. You
yeah
know, uh, maybe I don't need
the
saturation, but at
the
the same
lady
time,
yeah
and then you can cut back once it's in your system, you know, your body has responded and doing better, then you can cut back to the daily amount possibly.
who's the
But
lady from England that she said she was taking it 3 pills 3 times a day for like 2 weeks and then went back to 2 times a day 2 pills to get her body to what it needed to be to give it a jump start.
well, I'm trying to tell you, Sunset, Dana had we would take eight eight sunsets a day. Now I have not increased in terms of the omega Q because I've read, even though we had with Kiani, we had wild sockeye salmon, but I'm reading now the benefit. Which one? It had sardines, in which I've always really eaten sardines. Um, but the power of sardines with part in the PartnerCo product is
Yeah,
awesome.
right.
Awesome. So I know blood thinners that these people are on is killing them. And I have a friend now, her husband had a fall and these brain bleeds that because of taking these thinners, they wouldn't have that if they come off these blood thinners, which, you know, they're horrible, they're poison. These people just really don't understand what they're doing taking these
High
medications.
blood pressure medicine has uh, snake venom in it.
Snake venom, yeah. And I took that for years. I mean, I just came off of that. Even Connie didn't take me off of blood pressure medication. But now, guys, with PartnerCo, I no longer take blood pressure medication. Um, I go to the doctor next month, I guess, and I guess he'll do a blood panel. I've always refused. Well, back in the day, I did take statins. I didn't know the danger of them. They give statins away like it's candy. They've gone from uh, pain pills with killing people, cause them to be addictive. Now it's statins. Everybody's on a statin.
Paul was on statins for 3 days. He hurt so bad. He couldn't hardly move. And he called his cousin, who is a nutritionist, and she took him
Mhm.
off. And it took him 6 months to get it out of his system.
I know. I know. Unfortunately, they don't. People just, you know, when we went to that one Amari, and I met the gentleman in the wheelchair, which was Stephanie's husband, and it was due
Mm-hmm.
to him being on a statin. that man was in that wheelchair. Um, I said, oh my goodness, they destroy in terms of your muscles, weaken your muscles, your bones, and all these things. They have to keep um, testing your kidneys and your liver because they destroy your liver, your kidneys.
Well, they get you on one pill to get you on another pill to get you on another pill so you can
Hmm.
keep playing big pharma.
This one isn't working. Let's try this, or then let's double up. I know people that are on 2 or 3 blood pressure pills at once. 2 or 3 blood. I mean, it is just unreal. Then
Paul
they
hardly
don't
takes a
tell
blood
you if
pressure
you take
pill.
a statin. And our bodies were created. God created our bodies to produce its own CoQ10. Well, you take a statin and it depletes your body of CoQ10, which is helping your heart. But the doctor don't tell you when he puts you on a statin to take CoQ10. And then they get heart disease. Oh my God, it's we can go on and on.
Yep.
You're out there on my
But the
death
call last
again.
night was really good. I mean, the people talked and what went on and what they said and how the one lady from Australia, I think she was from Australia. She says she told her husband, "I've only spent $12."
Yeah, I heard that, Twyla.
She says,
$12 in
she said,
Hawaii?
she said, and she's been on other corporate trips with other companies, and she said, I spent more than $12.
I know that's right. Hawaii. I mean, I think a gallon of milk in Hawaii probably costs about
Oh,
$10.
I think they're 12.
12? Oh,
I know in where's that big arch when you go down to
what, the Gateway Arch?
yeah, that big, no, the arch that's
Oh,
down in the Caribbean that's everybody
oh,
stays in. That's really expensive. It's like $10,000 a night.
ooh.
Where were we? We went on a cruise there, and the guy told us we did a tour. He said a gallon of milk is $25
Oh my goodness.
because they don't produce anything but conchs and fish. They have nothing on
Wow.
the island, and it's all done on tourism. So everything has to be imported in.
Yeah, that's Hawaii. That's the
Okay,
same
you
as Hawaii.
guys. I asked Allie which products were included in the physician's desk reference, and they are Magna Cal D, Optimal M, Optimal V, Tahitian Noni, and Vanali.
I thought Vanali was one of them.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome because Vanali does so many great things, and I'm out. I need to order.
I know I don't have enough for the rest of the week. I just realized.
I've been
Yeah,
out for like 4 days, and I can tell. And I need to go, and I keep on forgetting to go order, but I'm going to go put in a big order and get that and anything else and maybe change my order. I've got lots of some things, maybe switch it up. And now that it was supposed to be so easy with the new way, I'm going to try it out.
Yeah,
yeah,
there
I
you
need
go.
limu. I need limu because my husband makes me a cocktail every morning of moa, limu, and noni. I have a morning cocktail, so I don't have any limu.
Paul does that. Then he used to put a squeeze of lemon in it on top of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, because lemons are
really
awesome
good.
too.
Yeah. Well, that's because he was told by the Canadians that they put lemon on it in it.
Yeah, because we used to just have lemon water and,
Yeah.
just lemon
My
water.
my girlfriend serves that with every meal. She makes lemon
Yeah,
water.
that's a good habit. It's a good habit. If you're not going to do like we do now with the supplement.
Even if you don't, it's great to supplement. Lemon does a lot for your body.
It sure does. It really does.
Well,
Man.
lady, I have to run.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up. Get up
Okay.
and start, take my shower, start moving.
Everybody have a great day. I think Louis left too because he had
Yeah,
probably get to work.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry. Thank you, Carl,
Bye,
for
Jerry. Bye, interpreter Carl. Carl, I have two Carls in my life. My son, my grandson, used to be my husband. It would have been three.
Well, I was named after my father, so
It's a good name.
yeah, I
And
was getting
my,
ready to say Carl's a good name.
it is. My dad's name was Carl too.
Oh, wow, Shelley. All
Y'all
right,
have a good
guys. Love
day.
you all.
you guys.
Have
Yep.
a good
Bye.
day.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
See ya tomorrow.